Despicable, monstrous, and charismatic, these antagonists have left their mark on gaming like no other.
Let me introduce myself. I am Ghaleon.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 JRPG villains.
It's people like you who come to me alone, naively thinking you can turn me around, that piss me off the most.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most popular, influential, and downright evil villains to come from the JRPG genre. Only one character per franchise is allowed, and we will be listing some of their most infamous deeds, so be on the lookout for spoilers.
All phenomena are moving forward as specified by this compass of order.
Number 10, Wilhelm, Xenosaga series.
To protect the universe from dissipation, I created an organization to manage and watch over those words. That's Ormus's true objective.
Turns out that the most powerful and influential figure in the universe is a CEO. After witnessing what he believes to be the true essence of human nature and how it will destroy everything, Wilhelm decides to orchestrate and manipulate humanity as a whole in order to veer them in the right direction.
Are you sure? Large numbers of wills have already gathered here on their own. They all reject the world as it is now and wish for days long past.
Thanks to his constant use of eternal recurrence, which basically resets the universe, he's been able to spend centuries taking control of governments, religion, and all other major aspects of society, pushing mankind on a path he deems necessary. Even if you agree with his intentions, the fact that he's the puppet master of the universe who will sacrifice anyone to reach his goals puts him clearly in the wrong.
What do you think you're doing now?
I refuse to continue to let you do as you please.
Number 9, Gabriel, Star Ocean, the second story.
You think I'll just give up? I'm the only one left, and why should I care about that? There is no need for anyone else but me.
Now this is a man who knows how to hold a grudge. Also known as Indalecio and Dr. Landis. He was the creator and leader of the living biological weapons known as the 10 Wise Men.
They were uninterested in interplanetary cooperation. They wanted the entire galaxy under their iron fists.
While their original purpose was to keep a tyrannical rule over a conquered universe, the death of his daughter pushed Gabriel over the edge, and he reprogrammed the 10 so they would destroy everything instead. After waiting for 1 billion years, he finally resurfaces with his follower in tow, ready to carry out universal genocide in the name of revenge. Talk about anger issues.
Mankind is trying to destroy me. Then for what reasons do I live?
Number 8, Dhaos, Tales of Phantasia. This is a rather tragic character who is as much a victim of circumstance as he is a villain. Originally a ruler who desired nothing but peace for his kingdom, a war with neighboring lands led to the life-giving energy source known as mana being drained from his homeland, leaving it in ruins. As he desperately searched other worlds in a vain hope of finding more mana to restore his kingdom, he was branded as a possible usurper, and essentially his chances of ever saving the world were killed. With nothing left to fight for, he decides to become the very thing the masses declared him to be, a demon king, and has since promised to destroy mankind completely. Number 7, Ghaleon, Lunar series.
Perhaps you should demonstrate the power that gives you such confidence. Then we will see who is fit to be supreme ruler and who is dead.
This is yet another case of a good guy gone bad, though in this case it could be argued that the seed of evil was always there to begin with. Once hailed as a legendary hero and the most powerful mage in the world, Ghaleon's turn to the dark side began after he believed his comrade had died.
Fortunately, I now have a chance to surpass it. The world will once again be mine on a delicious half-shell.
Going on to assume the mantle of the Magic Emperor, he viewed himself as the only one capable of ruling, since humanity would be lost without a god to lead them. It's this viewpoint that leads him to commit acts of mass destruction and slave labor. So I guess it goes without saying that he's definitely not the benevolent kind of deity.
Someday people may mourn this day, but my glorious rule can only begin with your enslavement.
Number 6, Dark Force, aka Dark Falls, Phantasy Star series. With a, well, rather stupid name like that, we're not sure you can be anything but pure evil, I guess. Throughout the series, this spirit of darkness has caused nothing but mayhem for the people of Algo over the centuries. From twisting the mind of a benevolent leader into a tyrant to engineering a civil war, the being once known as Profound Darkness has proven itself to not only be a master of manipulation, but a damn hard boss. With its grotesque appearance, insistence on using transformations, and a stubborn refusal to die, it more than earned its namesake as a force to be reckoned with. Number 5, Queen Zeal, Chrono Trigger. We could have easily given this spot to the parasitic Dhaos, as it stands tall as one of the better final bosses in JRPGs, but as a character, we simply couldn't take away the spotlight from the matriarch of antiquity. Obsessed with harnessing the power of Dhaos for herself, Zeal is a selfish being that has turned her magically advanced kingdom into a reflection of her wants and desires. As her paranoia and desire for immortality grows, she forsakes her citizens and even her own children on her twisted path for ultimate desire. Dhaos may be the more destructive being, but for her utter heartlessness in regards to others, Zeal manages to still snag the crown. Number 4, Luca Blight, Suikoden 2. He's known as the Mad Prince, but we prefer to think of him as Sir Douchebag. The villainy of this man knows no bounds. How evil is he? Well, after betraying his father, the king, he takes control of the military and breaks a ceasefire, reigniting a war. From there on out, it's nothing but bloodshed and depravity as he lets his inner berserker run wild. Everything you need to know about Luca is shown when he makes a woman beg for her life after he burns down her town, making her act like a pig before killing her anyway. He may be human, but on the inside, he's the biggest monster of them all. Number 3, Porky Minch, Mother Series. Say hello to one of the worst children ever put in a JRPG. The eternal nemesis of Ness and Lucas, Porky has had a hand in every terrible event in the series. Originally serving as the right hand to the formless being known as Gygus in Earthbound, he went from being an immature child to an immortal dictator in Mother 3. He has a whole list of other atrocities under his belt, but the most heart-wrenching is when he took Lucas's thought-dead twin Klaus and turned him into a brainwashed assassin. And he doesn't even get his comeuppance at the end of the day, as he's safely contained in his capsule while everyone else suffers. Obnoxious to the end. Number 2, Toru Adachi, Persona 4.
Stop yelling, punk. I understand you're all afraid and gotta act tough to cover it up, but geez.
As much as this game has to do with supernatural worlds, awesome combat, and investing characters, at its core is a murder mystery. And every good murder mystery needs a killer. In this instance, it turns out to be the comic relief.
Yeah? So what's your point? All I did was put people in here. It's the world that really kills them, isn't it?
While originally perceived as the always smiling partner of the protagonist's workaholic detective uncle. As it turns out, he is a sadistic, deceiving scumbag who finds life to be too dull for his liking, and that killing and kidnapping are his ways of having fun. Even if you guessed who done it from the start, his sudden switch from silly to psycho is bound to take you off guard and throw you right aboard the crazy train.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! I think you need to see what it's like to fear for your life. It'll get your head straight.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
And none shall defy my will. We covetous humans, I condemn you to suffer.
Number 1, Kefka Palazzo, Final Fantasy VI. This series is famous for having a range of darkly bizarre villains. but only 2 have really managed to stand the test of time due to their iconic status, wicked presences, and destructive motivations. We're all for the sword-swinging calamity known as the One-Winged Angel, but we're afraid that Sephiroth has to bend the knee to quite possibly the most dangerous jester in all of video games.
It looks like now's the time for you to show us what you can do. There's only one of them too, you know. This is your chance to shine!
With his maniacal nature, boisterous personality, and sociopathic vendetta against life itself, Kefka not only kills a heck of a lot of people, but actually manages to become God by the game's climax. With so much devastation left in his wake, the Psycho Clown, in one way or another, truly got the last laugh. Do you agree with our list?
Incredible! That's the most fun I've had in minutes!
Who's your favorite JRPG villain?
Come on, how many people out there actually think about what's real or what's right and wrong?
With new top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You are no longer able to see what you should, but perhaps that is still good in its own way.